Okay.
So thank you guys that have been joining. Yes, it is me, April, the founder of the April Chantrace Life Coaching Experience, and I have a special guest today, Mrs. Tammy Gladding. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good.
That is awesome. Tammy has been in her field for how long have you been in your field, Tammy?
Over 30 years.
Over 30 years. That is a very long time.
It is a long time.
Has the practice changed since you first started?
Um, Parts of it have, as far as technology is incorporated in a lot of offices.
Has that made things easier for you?
Um, well, my office I've been at for 20 years. We don't use any tech computers in the where you get your teeth cleaned in that room. And so when I went to sub over the summer and a couple of years ago, all these different computer systems are out there that are just all different. Every office has a different one, a different way of using it, and that can be frustrating to someone over the age of 30.
So, question, how have you always known that you wanted to be a dental hygienist?
No. Um, I know when I had, you know, got my teeth clean as a little kid, and then with braces, taking care of them were important. You brushed after every time you ate something before you left the house. That's what we did at my house, and I think my parents still do that. Um, but as a freshman in high school, I wanted to be a secretary because I liked order. I liked to organize things, and I thought I loved computers then, but I've learned I really don't like them so much. Um, then as a senior in high school, I wanted to be a pilot. I was accepted to Purdue Flight School and was so excited about that, learning the whole process. And then there were all these plane crashes, and Tammy couldn't do that. So I was like, okay, so we'll not go to Purdue. Now what are we going to do? And I got my teeth cleaned, and the hygienist said, your teeth are very pretty. Have you ever thought about being a hygienist? It was not on my radar. So just I applied, and God led me, and he's the reason I'm doing what I'm doing.
Okay. So, how did you prepare yourself for that career field? I heard you say that it was more when you got your teeth cleaned. So, how did you get yourself prepared to become a dental hygienist?
You had to apply to the dental hygiene school program, and back then there was an interviewing process. And then once you get in, they train you, they prepare you for what you need to know. Pretty good. Like I said, every office is a little different. So if any of you have went to different offices for whatever reason, switched offices, it's like a little family. So the group that works there is like a little family. And if you don't feel like you click with the family, it's time to move on to the next office.
Okay.
But
So,
in the
how long was the
college,
training for? How long were you being trained?
back then it was 2 years. So you had to do a year of prerequisites and then 2 years in the program. Now every hygienist that graduates from Purdue University, Fort Wayne, which is actually IU Fort Wayne, at Purdue Fort Wayne, they get a bachelor's degree, and they go for 4 years usually. So if they've done any college, a lot of that can apply, hopefully, in some way toward your bachelor's degree. But it takes 4 years now.
Has the education changed from when you first went to school to now?
It has some, and the only reason I would really even probably know that is because I do teach in the clinic out there. So things have changed some. Um, we still are worrying about people's mouths, but they use computers out there, and it's just different now.
What is the most what is the biggest difference that you have observed over your 30 years, either working in the field, in the office, or even with the education?
The biggest difference, it kind of feels that, I don't know. There's just all kinds of differences. But our job is still the same. We're still educating patients to take good care of their mouths.
Okay. Do you consider networking an important piece of being a dental hygienist?
It depends on who you are. Normally, except for this year, we have these gatherings that you get continuing education points, and we have to have a certain number every 2 years to renew our license for that. This year, everything we've done is on Zoom or groups or chats or whatever because we can't meet in person, but that's how you mostly network. Sometimes you can network by subbing at an office and getting to know their hygienists at different offices, because every year they graduate between 20 and 30 students up here. So there's 20 to 30 new hygienists being graduated every year.
And that's awesome. Do you think that the ones that do graduate, do you think they are mentally prepared and ready for what they're getting themselves into when they get into the office?
Pretty good. They do know, the students don't know this, but the teachers know this, that when we graduate them, they will learn more in the next 5 years than what we shoved into them those 4 years that we knew them.
That is awesome.
So lots of growth.
So out of your personal network for your profession, how do you say that your network is like always growing, or is it at its capacity for you? Like, how would you judge your network for your field?
Like meeting with people, you mean?
Yes.
That networking? Oh, it's ever changing. It's fluid. So you'll touch base with a certain number of people for a certain amount of time, and maybe they'll go out of the town or they'll quit doing hygiene or something, and then you'll meet new friends and network differently.
Okay. So would you consider yourself a mentor?
I would say no, because no one's ever told me that I am, but I would hope that I've shown help to some students, some hygienists somewhere.
Have you had a mentor before you
the lady who asked me about getting into hygiene, but I haven't seen her in years. But obviously she saw something in me that thought I would be good at this, and I still love it every day. I still love going and cleaning teeth. So I need to tell her that. I need to send her a note.
That is awesome. I think that would make brighten her day, to make her feel like she.
Oh yeah, I would hope it would, unless she
Right.
hears it from everybody.
Yes, yes. So this is a big question for those that are brand new to the career field and want to make a choice. Do you have any advice for any new dental hygienist or anyone who is thinking about joining your field? What advice would you give them?
Just keep remembering that you're an educator and that every person learns differently. So if you're trying to help them remember to floss, they may not be okay with you just saying you need to floss more. You may have to help them find a time of day that works, that may not be right before they go to bed. But you just always have to be remembering that you're educating them to keep them healthy.
Okay. What is the most rewarding thing for you for being in your field? What is it that you enjoy the most?
The connections with the patients, and when they come in with, a problem with their mouth, and we're able to fix it and make them happier and make it easier for them to do what they need to do to stay healthy.
Okay, that is awesome. Well, Tammy, I do want to thank you for your time today. I want to thank everyone who has possibly been watching. If you found this on YouTube, please subscribe, like. If you find it on Facebook, go ahead and send me a message. You can even email me at aprilchantrace@gmail.com. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day.